Hello, everyone. This is group number 8, and our topic is empowering innovation in the K-12 industry. Next slide, please. So, introduction to the K-12 industry. The K-12 industry is the educational sector that caters to students from kindergarten to 12th grade. This industry is responsible for providing formal education to millions of students globally. The K-12 industry comprises various stakeholders, including teachers, school administrators, policymakers, education technology companies, curriculum developers, and textbook publishers. These stakeholders collaborate to ensure that students receive quality education and are adequately prepared for higher education or the workforce. The K-12 industry encompasses 3 levels of education, which are primary education, grade K to 6, middle school or junior high, grade 7 to 8, and high schools, grade 9 to 12. Education technology companies play a critical role in the K-12 industry by developing educational software, hardware, and other technology solutions that enhance the learning experience for students. These technologies can be used for personalized learning, digital assessments, and other innovative teaching methods. Next slide, please. So, empowering innovation in the K-12 industry refers to the process by which a new product, service, or technology disrupts an existing market, displaces established market leaders, and create a new market. This type of innovation often starts in small niche market and then gradually gains acceptance in the mainstream market, eventually disrupting the existing market. One of the key features of disruptive innovation is that it creates new value for customers and users that were previously underserved, or not served at all. Another important aspect of disruptive innovation is that it often involves a significant reduction in cost or improvement in efficiency, making it possible to serve previously unserved markets profitably. This can create challenges for established market leaders who may find it difficult to adapt to the new competitive landscape created by disruptive innovation.
Now we'll be looking at some of the examples of disruptive innovation in K-12 industry. The first is the flipped classroom. A flipped classroom is basically an instructional approach where the students watch lectures or receive instruction outside of the classroom, typically at home, and then use class time for activities that would traditionally be assigned as homework, such as individual or group projects, discussions, or problem-solving exercises. This approach is called flip because the traditional roles of in-class instruction and homework are flipped. Teachers can create video lectures or assign pre-recorded lectures that students can watch on their own time outside of class. Students can pause and rewind lectures, allowing them to go at their own pace and review difficult concepts as needed. This approach also allows teachers to personalize instructions by providing targeted resources for each student's learning needs. Now we'll be looking at some of the advantages and disadvantages of the flipped classroom. Some of the advantages are increased student engagement. Flipped classroom allows students to learn at their own pace, access course materials at any time, and interact with the content in a more personalized way. The second is the more active learning. With the traditional classroom model, much of the learning occurs through lectures, where class time is spent on homework and assignments. With the flipped classroom, students can use the class time for more active learning activities, such as discussions, projects, and problem-solving exercises. The third is more individualized instructions. With flipped classroom, students can watch or read the course materials at their own pace and in the way that suit their learning style. Teachers can provide more individualized instruction to students during class time, which can help students better understand the material. The third is better student-teacher interaction. As the flipped classroom model allows teachers to focus more on providing individualized instructions and support during the class time, which ultimately leads to the better interaction between the student and the teacher. The last is the improved learning outcome. Research has shown that flipped classroom can lead to improved learning outcomes, include higher test scores, better retention of information, and increased critical thinking skills. The flipped classroom also have some drawbacks, which are lack of access of technology. This technology requires students to have an access to reliable internet and device to access online course materials. If student doesn't have the access to this technology, they might not be able to participate fully in the flipped classroom model. The second is the increased workload for students. Flipped classroom can require students to take more responsibility of their own learning, including managing their time and completing assignments outside of the class. This can be challenging for some students, particularly those who struggle with the time management or self-directed learning. The third is the dependency on quality online resources. Flipped classroom relies heavily on availability of high quality online resources such as video lectures or interactive modules. If these resources are not available or are low of quality, it will negatively impact the student learning. The next is the potential for passive learning. While the flipped classroom model is intended to promote active learning, some students may still approach the online course material passively, simply watching or reading without engaging full of the content. The last is the challenge with the assessment. Flipped classroom can make it more difficult to assess the student learning as traditional method of assessment, such as an in-class test, may not be as effective. Teachers may need to develop new and innovative ways to assess the students' learning, such as through project-based assignments or online quizzes.
So now coming on to the virtual and augmented reality. So VR and AR are two rapidly emerging technologies that have the potential to revolutionize the way we teach and learn. In the context of education, VR and AR can offer immersive, interactive, and engaging experiences that can help students learn in new and exciting ways. VR refers to a computer-generated simulation of a three-dimensional environment that can be experienced through the use of specialized VR headsets. With VR, students can explore and interact with digital environments in a way that is similar to real life. This can be particularly useful for subjects like science, history, and geography, where students can visit far-off places, explore different eras, and conduct experiments in a safe and controlled environment. AR, on the other hand, refers to a technology that overlays digital information onto the real world. AR can be experienced through smartphones, tablets, and other mobile devices, and can provide students with a more interactive and engaging way to learn. For example, students can use AR to scan a textbook page and see a 3D model of a molecule or a historical artifact, or to explore a map of the solar system in in real time. So coming on to the advantages and disadvantages of AR and VR. So first advantage and enhanced engagement. VR AR technologies can make learning more engaging and immersive, providing students with a more interactive and memorable learning experience. By allowing students to explore 3D objects and environments, VR and AR can make abstract or complex concepts more tangible and easier to understand. Personalized learning. VR and AR technologies can be used to create personalized learning experiences for students, allowing them to work at their own pace and on their own level. This can help to increase student motivation and engagement, and can also provide teachers with valuable insight into each student's learning progress. Improved retention. VR and AR technologies can improve retention of information by providing students with more memorable and immersive learning experiences. By engaging multiple senses and creating a more interactive learning environment, VR and AR can help students retain information more effectively. Safe and controlled environment. VR/AR technologies can be used to simulate real-world scenarios in a safe and controlled environment, allowing students to practice skills or scenarios that might be too dangerous or expensive to recreate in real life. For example, medical students can use VR/AR to practice surgical procedures, or aviation students can use VR and AR to simulate flying a plane. Increase accessibility. VR and AR technologies can make education more accessible to students with disabilities or in remote areas, as they can provide a virtual learning experience that is not limited by physical barriers. Now, coming on to some of the disadvantages of these two. So, first, cost. So, they can be expensive to implement and require specialized hardware and software. This can make it difficult for schools or districts with limited budgets to adopt to these technologies. Technical difficulties. VR and AR technologies can be complex and may require technical expertise to set up and maintain. Technical difficulties can also cause disruptions to the learning experience, which can be frustrating for both students as well as the teachers. Limited content availability. So the availability of VR and AR content in education is still relatively limited, and it may be difficult to find high quality and appropriate content for certain subjects or grade levels. Physical discomfort. VR and AR technologies can cause physical discomfort for some users, such as motion sickness or eye strain. This can limit the amount of time that students can spend in these environments. Social isolation. VR and AR technologies can be isolating, as students may be completely immersed in the virtual environment and may not have opportunities for collaboration or social interaction with their peers.
Now, let's have a look at personalized learning as a disruptive innovation in K-12. It is an approach to education that tailors instructions and learning experiences to the unique needs, interests, and strengths of individual students. This approach involves a shift away from the traditional one-size-fits-all model of education towards a more student-centered and driven approach that recognizes that each student has different learning styles, abilities, and needs. In personalized learning, students take an active role in their own learning, working with teachers and set learning goals and develop individualized learning plans that meet their needs and requirements. This can involve a range of strategies and tools such as adaptive learning softwares, project-based learning, and student-led assessments. Personalized learning can also help to prepare students for success in the 21st century workforce by fostering important skills such as critical thinking, collaboration, and self-directed learning. By providing students with opportunities to work on real-world projects, engage in problem-solving exercises, and receive personalized feedback and support, personalized learning can help to develop the skills that are essential for success in today's rapidly changing world. Now, let's have a look at the advantages and disadvantages of personalized learning. Coming on to the advantages first, it provides tailored and it caters to the tailored and individual needs by allowing students to work at their own pace and on their own level, ensuring that they receive instruction that is tailored to their individual needs and abilities. Increased motivation. Students can increase, such learning can increase the motivation students as what the studies of their interest, and they perform better when they are doing something of their interest. Flexible and adaptable. Personalized learning can be delivered in a variety of formats, including online and in-person instruction, allowing students to learn in the way that works best for them. Increased accountability. This type of learning can increase the accountability in students and responsibility for their own learning, as they have more control over their education and are responsible for what they are learning. Improved outcomes. Personalized learning can have has shown in past to lead to improved learning outcomes, as it allows students to focus on areas where they need the most help and provides them with individualized feedback and support. Now, looking at the disadvantages of the same, it gives a too much dependency on technology, which that is because it relies heavily on the technology, and which is not readily accessible to everyone, especially in India. Increased workload. Personalized learning can be more time-consuming and labor-intensive for teachers, as they need to develop individualized lesson plans and provide personalized feedback to each individual student. For the students, it could reduce their social interaction and potentially, and has the potential to create an environment of isolation, as it can, sometimes lead to the feelings of isolation and disconnection among students, particularly if they are working independently for long periods of time. It has a difficulty of assessment also associated with itself, because it is challenging for teachers to assess student progress and provide feedback, particularly if they're not all gauged in a similar pattern. Next slide, please.
Now we'll talk about gamification as a disruptive innovation in the K-12 industry. So gamification has disrupted the traditional K-12 education system by increasing the engagement and the motivation amongst the students. So it basically provides the active learning to the students through problem solving and decision making. It also provides the personalized learning experiences, and it increases ultimately the collaboration and social interaction between the students. So it also provides the authentic and relevant learning experiences. It is very flexible and differentiated for the diverse learners. The assessment and feedback is within the gaming environment. So the students also will be interested to give these assessments and feedback very happily. And then this technology integration for the digital literacy skills. And the overall benefits of this gamification is it is engaging, active, personalized, and relevant learning experiences, promoting collaboration and critical thinking. So this is the one example of this gamification. The Minecraft Education Edition is a popular example of this gamification and game-based learning in K-12 education. So it has been already implemented. It allows students to build and explore virtual worlds, work together, and create their own learning experiences. Teachers can use Minecraft Education Edition to create immersive lessons in various subjects. The game provides an engaging and interactive learning experiences that encourages the active participation, collaboration, and critical thinking. It also allows for personalization, as students can work at their own pace and explore their own interests. The teachers can also track students' progress and assess their learning through in-game assessments and feedback. This Minecraft Education Edition promotes creativity, problem solving, and communication skills. The game integrates technology into the learning process. So it ultimately helps students develop digital literacy skills. The success of Minecraft Education Edition is an example of how gamification and game-based learning has disrupted K-12 education by providing engaging, personalized, and immersive learning experiences. Now, talking about its advantages and disadvantages. So, advantages includes the increased engagement and motivation, active learning through problem solving and decision making, personalized learning experiences. It also promotes collaboration and social interaction. It is authentic and relevant learning experiences, and flexibility and differentiation for the diverse learners, and also assessment and feedback within the gaming environment. And then its few of the disadvantages are potential for over reliance on technology, difficulty in integrating into the curriculum and aligning with the learning objectives, and challenges in monitoring and managing student progress. It is resource intensive in terms of the technology and game development. It has a potential for distraction or misuse of games, and it also has a potential concerns about privacy and data security with online gaming.
So now concluding the whole PPT, we have few points like innovative teaching strategies in K-12 education can have a significant positive impact on the student learning outcomes. This statistical evidences suggest that these strategies can improve student engagement, motivation, interest in learning, and academic achievements. These strategies have been shown to be particularly effective in closing the achievement gap between the students from different backgrounds. It is recommended that schools and educators prioritize the integration of these innovative teaching strategies into their curriculum and provide appropriate training and support to the teachers. By embracing innovation in K-12 education, we can better prepare the students for the challenges of the 21st century and equip them with the skill and knowledge of they need to succeed, basically. Now, moving on to the next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so so basically, as mentioned before, these strategies can effectively close the gap between the students from different backgrounds, and as said that the data that has been shown in the previous slides shows that the innovative teaching strategies can improve student engagement, motivation, and interest in learning and academic achievements. So providing appropriate training and support to teachers is necessary to implement these strategies effectively. And apart from that, embracing innovation in K-12 education will surely prepare students for the challenges that they will be facing in the future. Next slide. Yeah, thank you.